Little girls trip.
Yeah, that's a dream trip.
You gonna meet any cute French boys?
I hope not.
Is your mom gonna meet any cute French boys?
Definitely not.
You never know.
I've never wanted anything less in my life.
Doesn't count if it's out of the country.
I don't want any of it. I do want to live in the catacombs.
Welcome once again to Noah's Snark, where two former religious types and current snarks take a look at religious media on its own terms.
I'm Hillary.
And I am Josh, aka Sacrificial Lamb. And I say that because, goddamn.
You sacrificed yourself for this, didn't you?
Didn't you?
Yep.
Now before...
So, sacrificial lambs.
Lambs. Now before we start, officially, anything you want to say about God's Not Dead 3 or any of the previous things that you might have hit or miss? You want to re-emphasize a point? De-emphasize a point?
I don't have anything in it.
I don't think we missed a whole lot. I'm still curious what caused this complete shift in their, paradigm for these movies. But there's nothing to really press the point on.
No.
That I could think of.
Not that I can think of.
Cool.
Whatever.
Nice. So, Hillary, what are we doing today?
We are doing Wow Hits 2007, a DVD compilation.
Mm-hmm.
In the same vein as the CD that we covered earlier in our podcasting career.
Right. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a series of music videos from the illustrious Wow Hits collection.
Yes.
Apparently these are all from 2007. There's not enough here to have covered every song that would have been on the regular CD, right?
I have no idea. How many were on that one? Like 150?
30 songs.
Yeah, this is not 30 songs.
Okay.
Well, is it? Well, we have.
It might be.
It might be.
No, okay. It is.
Yeah, same length.
Looks like it's the same length. Looks like about 30 songs.
Yeah, split into pop and rock, which seems unnecessary since some of the pop ones seem like rock songs and vice versa.
Yeah.
This kind of dumb way to.
Yeah, it was a really
things.
strange. And also, wouldn't you mix and match them to make it, I don't know,
more interesting and less abrasive?
It's here's all pop music, here's all rock music.
Yeah, no, it was unnecessary and I didn't like it.
But it was an interesting experience. We now got to see the videos to go alongside all the audio. Christian music videos all look the same.
They do.
All of them.
It really makes the ones that don't look exactly like those really stand out. Even if they're not good, you're like, oh, something different.
Something different.
There's like two.
They're not just singing in a warehouse.
Right. Singing, or just clearly everyone's using their church. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of church grounds and probably places that they can just stand around for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing to really say for me setting up is that I didn't even read the back of the DVD before I started.
I did not either.
So I had no idea what any song was going to be until I heard it and saw it. So everything that I wrote was a surprise.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Me too. I looked into nothing before I pushed play.
No, that's all we got. I didn't even have to. I had to write my song titles as they popped up on the screen.
Yeah.
And sometimes had to listen to the song to figure out what it was.
It's like in the old days watching MTV, and you're like, if you missed when the song title was up, you had to wait for it to come on TV again.
Mm-hmm. Or the very end. Maybe.
Or the very end if you catch it, yeah.
So before we start talking about it individually, what are we in for today?
Hold on. There's sounds.
I don't think so.
Oh no, it's an animal.
Yeah, no one should be.
Okay.
So before we start officially going through individual songs and videos, what are we in for today? How was it generally?
It was boring and dreary for the most part. There's a couple laughable moments, but really even to make fun of, this wasn't good.
Yeah.
It was they're all the same. Most of these bands could be the same band.
I'm not convinced they're not.
Right. There's just mild differences in hair length, I guess, with some of the white boys. But most of them are using straighteners. So it all comes off the same. They all have very similar voices. Their songs say nothing.
I grew constantly frustrated by the amount of songs here that had nothing to do with anything religious.
Nothing to do with anything religious or anything. I actually looked up some of the lyrics, and it's
I started reading lyrics.
Completely nonsensical.
Yeah, it's just... I'm not saying that every Christian band has to have a Christian song, But if you're going to have a compilation that's supposed to demonstrate the best of this genre,
Yeah.
maybe your songs should be the ones that are about Jesus.
Yeah.
Or about God, or about
They're
a miracle,
all ambiguous.
or
Yeah, almost all of them are completely ambiguous.
even a song inspired by the life of Paul. Okay,
Yeah.
you know, Jonah and the Whale, the song.
Yeah.
But it's just, like you said, nothing
Yeah.
music. That doesn't mean anything. A lot of it is. It's like, how is this the very best of what Christian music has to offer? If it is, well, boy, that's depressing. And if it isn't, then why aren't you doing that?
It's just all it is. It's just normal pop music.
Yeah.
Being pandering itself to the Christian crowd.
Right. And it may
By
be
calling
people...
themselves Christian, but not having anything to do. And they'll usually have at least one song on their individual CDs or
That's
whatever.
my point.
Called like Jesus is the Way.
That's my point. Use that one.
Yeah.
I don't
and
care
the rest
if-
of the CD might as well be, you know, like fucking Semi-Sonic or Third
And
Eye
that's-
Blind.
That's fine with me. I'm not saying every Christian band has to make Christian music only. You don't have to. You don't even have to do half of it.
Right.
But if you're making the album that's supposed to say, this is the best we got,
Yeah.
give me the best you got on the actual subject matter.
Show me what you got.
Show me what you got
Yeah.
about Jesus.
Yeah, and speaking of that, like towards the end, there's a band that's not even a Christian band.
Is it?
I looked it up, and they're the only one I looked up on Wikipedia that doesn't even say anything about Christianity. It's like even in their genre explanation, it's just alternative rock.
Yeah. And lots of secular bands have written songs about Jesus or religious subjects because it's an interesting subject for a song.
And some of that ends up on the radio.
And some of that ends up on the radio.
George Harrison is a good example.
But they don't end up on this CD. Now, or should they? Because they don't really fit the, like, would you recommend this to your family? But if you're gonna make it, it should be that stuff. It should not be just general, I can sing songs about women or birds.
We're just a band.
Yeah, we're just a band.
Yeah. And the difference is, by calling yourself a Christian band, you can be better than a lot of Christian bands. But if you're just a normal band, none of these guys would be on the radio. They're garbage.
Yeah.
They're not good musicians.
Okay, so spoilers, that's what we're dealing with the
Right.
entire rest of this.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. So let's start with the very first song on this DVD. It is by a band called Mercy Me, and the song itself is called So Long Self, which I
Right.
just learned because I have this playing in the background.
Not a bad idea.
I realized I had written down the wrong song title. Perfect.
What did you write down?
Lost Long Self. Which is not correct.
No, you're right. No, it's not correct.
I looked at it and I saw it on screen. I was like, hold on.
That's,
So Long Self.
then you made a really good call. I'm putting it on TV.
The video is based on the hilarious premise of the band being impersonated by some other guys, and the song itself is completely generic 90s pop rock, except it was made in 2007.
Yeah. What's the name of this band?
Mercy Me.
Mercy Me. Is it?
That's, yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't write anything down for these guys. That's why I'm like, I don't remember that.
The thing I wrote down specifically for them is that the song is generic, the video is supposedly funny.
It's supposed to be funny. I guess it's funny if you know these guys and you're like fans of them.
Maybe. But even the members of the band are generic.
Yeah.
There is a bald guy who plays guitar, a heavyset dude with a beard, a drummer with a goatee.
The heavyset dude is the lead singer,
The lead
much
singer.
like a John Popper, or the guy from fucking.
Smash Mouth?
Thank you. I
Oh,
knew
yeah.
you knew who I was talking. I knew it.
I immediately thought Smash Mouth.
I know.
The drummer has a goatee. There's a dude with a faux hawk and a keyboardist. It's like you could typecast this band,
Yeah.
and it's actually what you're looking at.
And you just know I can just see the meeting with the production company or whatever being like, we gotta make you guys look like rock stars, so we'll put you in a leather jacket, you are in a denim jacket, you are in a striped shirt, and you all have bad hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this was the very first time, though surely not the last, that I wrote that the song itself has no religious message at all that I could pick up. And I'm surely not going to watch it twice to figure it out.
No, the whole premise of the song and the video is that they're like saying goodbye to their former self or whatever.
Yeah.
To make way for their new self, but I don't think there's any explanation as to what was bad about their former self and
Right.
what is happening in their new self.
Right. Like, because that would be a good subject for a song if you were saved by Christ, and I'm a new person now.
Exactly.
But they don't actually...
They'd rather leave that up to you, the audience, to assume.
Let's just say I'm different now.
Yeah. Who isn't?
Who isn't? So, yeah, it's not a strong start. I mean, do you have anything else about that one?
Not at all, no.
Okay. So next we're on to Third Day with their song, Cry Out to Jesus. So, cool. We get some Jesus right away.
Yeah.
The video, and you're going to have to get used to hearing this sentence, is a bunch of people walking towards the camera, intercut with the sad guy lead singer serenading us.
Yeah. The video didn't make any sense. Nothing's happening.
The song itself is supposed to be uplifting, I guess. That's what it sounds like, but
it's depressing.
I was going to say, it's actually somber as all hell.
Yeah, I had a Third Day album back in the day.
Yeah.
I liked his voice, at least for one of their albums, but this was I didn't even watch the whole thing. I watched about half of it and skipped.
Yeah. But so there's our sad guy lead singer.
Yeah.
And it's just him, and when it's not, you're not looking at him in a dark, somber studio, you're looking at sad people walking through the street.
Yeah.
And like a fuzzy camera.
People just walking towards the camera with the most minimal
expression?
No, like the camera work. I don't do things with cameras, but I know that a professional.
Yeah, that's an effect.
That's the word I was looking for, is effect.
Yeah, but it makes it look kind of fuzzy,
it's
out of
rudimentary, focus. Like some kid in there. I
don't even know if they did it on the camera. That's After Effects.
Good day.
On an old 2007 Mac.
Let's make him wobbly.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be uplifting because if you cry out to Jesus, the singer says, you'll feel better. That's a paraphrase, but it's accurate.
I guess that's what he's going for.
But it's not uplifting. It's just...
He did not make me feel better.
No, it's just bumming me out. And watching this guy be real sad.
He looks like he's one day away from suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to feel better because he cries out to Jesus. It's like, you're killing me, bro.
I need to see him feeling better.
You're right. You don't need to be smiling.
It doesn't seem to be working for you.
But yeah, everybody is upset about playing this song. He's upset. His band's upset.
Yeah, these people wish they weren't there.
The room is poorly lit to reflect this upsetness.
I'd probably just make them look better.
It's just... I don't understand who this is for.
No.
The audience is.
Me neither.
But, alright. Anything else you got about that one?
Nope.
Easy. We're just blowing through these. You know why? Because there's nothing of substance.
Oh god, this fucking one.
The next one is Natalie Grant.
Ugh.
It's a song called Held. You have a lot to say.
Not a lot to say. It's just my first... Okay, this is what I wrote down as an explanation of this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is an assumption. Mm-hmm. I have not met her. But based on this video, she's like one of those queen bee PTA moms.
Mm-hmm.
That, she's just pacing around what seems to be maybe a courthouse.
Mm-hmm. In an old antebellum dress.
Yeah, or it looks like a fundraiser gala dress. She looks like the one who's the most popular, most organized, the one who's leads at the
PTA
church.
Mom
the PTA, the church. She's the one who has her finger in every pot, and she's the one who's gossiping about everyone and ruining everyone's lives.
Yeah, it's like she ruins your cookies for the bake sale because she wants to come out on top again.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though everyone's getting a little tired of her brownies from every year and they really want to try something new.
She's the Southern mom who's super, super nice to your face and then talks shit about you later. And she can turn all the other moms against you.
Yeah, but even her husband is like, hey, Natalie, maybe we should try something new for the bake sale. She's like, people love my brownies. Yeah. He's like, we do,
They were voted #1 4 years running.
She's like, right, but you do the same thing every year, and maybe something new. I hear that Tracy's making some nice macadamia nut cookies this year. And then Natalie's like, macadamia nut cookies. I can fix this!
Poison macadamia nut cookies.
Exactly.
I feel like more it's like her husband comes home on the weekends, maybe, and has a second family somewhere outside the country. And she just stews at home, pretending to be a perfect housemaker. Mm-hmm.
Now let's be clear, this is not an insult about her in particular. Even her appearance.
Don't know who she is.
It's just the presentation of this video.
Well, also, it is what she looks like.
Yeah, I mean, that's her haircut, that's her thing. But you can fix those.
Kind of.
Well, it's 2007, maybe it's trendy now. Then.
She's in her 30s.
Yeah. Well, you can be trendy in your 30s now. You gotta give up on trends.
No, I just mean, it's not like a new pop singer, hot on the scene. It's a middle-aged woman-ish. I'd say 30s. She could be in her early 40s. She's beautiful, but she has that hair that's like, it took her a long time to do. And she's probably dresses, this is exactly what she looks like when she goes to the grocery store.
God, I hope not.
No, it probably is.
That's some Scarlett O'Hara shit right there.
Is she only... No, it's just like a blouse and a, like...
That's a dress, though, isn't it?
I think it's a blouse tucked into an elaborate skirt.
No. Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
I hate that dress.
I hate that dress. I hate the whole video.
If it's a dress.
I think I hate her.
I remember her from the first one of these WoW hits we did. Her name. I don't know anything about her. Oh, she was in that? Yes.
I don't even remember that.
I'm pretty sure.
One of the forgettable ones?
I mean, if this is any indication, absolutely.
You're right.
I don't know. I know her name. Do I know her name? No, I'm thinking of Amy Grant. Yeah, I'm not sure this is the same person.
No, it's not.
That I'm remembering.
No.
You might be right. This is probably nothing.
Amy's later.
I remember I wrote down the song itself was disjointed and really weird to listen to. My phonetic translation was do 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 blarp. do 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 mop.
I actually don't even remember the song at all because I was so distracted by creating her character. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to the music. And again, nothing to do with God.
Yeah, so we just did a quick listen for a bit of it. And do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it was put together in post.
Yeah.
Because they put the music and her singing, not record all at once or anything. They just recorded different parts of it. And then later were like, here's music bits.
Properly put it into
Do you want to chop them together?
Right.
And some editor, hey, he tried his very best.
Yeah, we can blame the production company, I guess, on that one. I have no idea.
And I don't know if that was intentional. Maybe that's just how they recorded it, and that's just what it wanted to sound like. But it was very strange to listen to. Oh, and the song itself is about what it's like to be loved and cared for and stuff.
Yeah, presumably. Which could be by anybody.
Presumably by Jesus, but right, could be literally anybody.
I think she just misses her husband.
Who doesn't come home until the weekends because he has a second family.
Exactly.
What do you think his second family's like?
Probably better than her.
Well, yeah, that's why he spends the weekends with her.
No, yeah. Well, he comes back to pretend like this is his real life. Mm-hmm. And she's like the kept wife, like the trophy wife. And the other woman's actually nice and kind. They have a relationship.
I know somebody who this happened to.
In real life?
Yeah. Their dad died. Or grandpa, maybe.
Uh-huh.
And his other family came to the funeral, and that's when they found out about each other.
I read about... there's an article about something like that happening not that long ago.
It happened. I know I don't know who it is, but I know somebody
You find out who it is. I want to talk to them.
I think it's their grandpa. It's not like their dad.
Right.
But I think their grandpa had this... So their family is one of his two families.
I think it's more common than we think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you want to have two families.
Yeah, I know, right? I barely managed to have one.
Yeah. Exhausting.
All right, the next song. Casting Crowns. It's called Does Anybody Hear Her?
Ugh.
Now, the video is extremely on the nose because it starts with a woman jogging, and the very first lyric to the song is, she is running 100 miles an hour in the wrong direction.
Right.
It's like, oh, so this is what we're in for.
Yeah, this piece of work, lead singer.
Just a little bit of creativity.
Yeah.
Between either the lyrics or the video, either one. Is that so much to ask for?
No, it is on the nose. It is, yeah.
Like,
it's like a literal music video.
Right. What is that YouTube channel? Like,
literal music videos is a thing. Like, the Total Eclipse of the Heart one is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world.
Okay. I haven't seen that. I think it's Honest Trailers is more what I'm thinking about.
It's like
but
Honest
it's like
Trailers.
that, yeah.
You remind me later. We're watching the Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Okay.
I've been sharing it with people for approximately 10 years.
Okay.
And it's still like the best thing.
Yeah, but it's just... Someone was like, here's the lyrics to this song. What if we just transliterate that into visuals?
Yeah, I'm an artist. My creative vision is a girl running.
Yeah, and I didn't compare all of them, but I would not be surprised if when we see the scene where the girl is driving, that the dude is talking about her
driving now. She's
still going in the wrong direction. It's like, stop!
This whole fucking song is about shaming a girl, or it's a girl who has one night stand, and suddenly she's like a fucking hooker.
Oh yeah,
ostracized.
Is that what this is about?
That's the whole song is like.
Good lord,
it's so cringy, especially like the lead guy singing it looks like such a nice guy. Like, and he's just
TM nice guy.
TM nice guy, yes, and one of those types who thinks that he's being like really, really Christian and kind by like telling people, hey, stop treating her so bad. Like what's it called? What's the name of the song?
This song?
Yeah.
Does anybody hear her?
Right. And he's just like, he's not even saying that it's okay that she had sex. He's saying that, like, we shouldn't cast her out just because of her scarlet letter.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm like, she shouldn't even have a scarlet letter. This is 2007. She had one night stand.
And you know what? She can have all the fucking one night stands.
Yeah, and the video actually goes, girl's father wants to read the newspaper instead of talk to her. She goes and sleeps with guy at a bar. She wakes up, tries to go to church, feels ostracized. Mm-hmm. She becomes a waitress, her life is over.
Mm-hmm. And two things I really wanted to point out.
Yeah.
You will not be shocked to learn, audience, that the video, when it's not showing the girl who we're supposed to be feeling really sorry for because she had a one-night stand one time,
yeah,
is intercut with the band playing at a college campus.
Yep. It's all
or maybe a church campus.
It could be a church campus because there's some points.
It's autumn and the leaves are orange.
And they are standing on tables in a fountain.
I thought it was more like little platforms in a pool.
I see tables in a fountain.
It could be either.
It looks like they're standing on tables in a fountain.
And this video also perpetuates the notion that leaving a Jesus tract on a server's table is something that you should do. And it's not just going to annoy them into punching you in the face.
Right, or definitely turn you away from their cause. Especially
because the woman sees it on her table because she's a waitress. It was a group of Jesus believers, I guess. She gets that with a couple dollars. It was like $2.
Yeah.
There was 4 people.
Not
There's
a tip
no
in
way.
America. That's not a tip in America.
That's an insult.
Yeah.
But she sees it. She does crumple up the brochure. She's like, fuck these people. But then one of them comes back because she forgot her purse. And then they spark a conversation about Jesus. You're like, no, here's what's actually going to happen in that situation. She punches you.
Yeah.
And says, where's my money? You gonna pay me what you owe.
Stuffs the $2 down her throat.
Right. Where's my fucking money?
You clearly need this more than I do.
Right. But there's no way. If you're going to leave a Jesus brochure, don't. But if you're going to.
Also tip.
Like
tip. Legit tip.
Yeah, not $2. $2 is not a tip, especially if there were 4 people at that table. At least 4 people at that table. $2 isn't a tip for one person, unless you had a cup of coffee. And even then.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, if I had a cup of coffee, I would tip $2, and that would be like 100% tip.
Right.
Yeah.
But even then, if you were sitting there for like 2 hours.
If you're 4 people taking up a table for 2 hours, yeah, you owe her more than that.
You owe her a lot more than that. The next song is by the very famous Chris Tomlin. It's called Made to Worship.
Yeah.
And the video itself is just live performance. And I spent the whole time thinking, why is he so popular?
I didn't even know he was popular. I was so bored.
Yeah, right, but I know he's popular. I looked him up just to be sure.
I assumed by the amount of people at that venue.
And that was my other point.
But part of me was like, maybe this is like he's an opener. And he's just using this to make it look like he's the reason there's so many people are there.
This is actually an Insane Clown Posse show.
I was thinking Bruce Springsteen for the number of people in that auditorium.
But no, this is a place of, 15,000, 30,000 people?
I have no way of knowing.
I don't know either, but it's a lot of people.
It's huge.
15,000, it's easy to say.
Yeah.
30 might be pushing it, but
it's
it could
an arena.
I would believe it's 30.
Yeah, it's an arena, yeah.
If you said 30, I'd believe it. And it's just so generic. He plays guitar, he closes his eyes when he sings.
Yeah.
And I looked him up, and he is very popular. He makes money.
All right.
He plays at a church. He sells those out. He sells arenas out. And he's been doing this for like 20 years.
He just has spiky hair. That's all I remember. Yeah. He has circle face, chipmunk teeth, and spiky hair.
And the video itself even includes the whole crowd singing alongside him because he's just so damn inspirational.
Everyone knows this song by heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least, it is a song about a religious subject because it's called Made to Worship, and it's about worshiping. So, minor bonus points for that. Because again, it does annoy me when these songs are just regular pop songs on this
it's a good,
Best Christian Music
it's good
album.
To point out, yeah.
So he gets that at least. All right, the next one was perhaps the most surprising.
Is it Brian?
It's Brian Littrell from the Backstreet Boys fame.
I did see him on the back when you first handed me this disc, and it made me very excited.
Right.
He was the only boy in all of the boy bands, because I never really cared for boy bands, that I thought was cute.
I see.
He's still cute.
The song itself is called Welcome Home, parentheses, you.
Yeah.
My experience with Brian Littrell is that my sister was obsessed with Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
So I knew a lot about the Backstreet Boys, just like I know a lot about One Direction because my ex was.
Yeah.
I know way too much about boy bands that I don't care about. But Brian was, for me, the second most boring Backstreet Boy. I don't get it.
I mean, they didn't have personalities.
Right.
So I don't know how you can rank their interestingness. One has more tattoos, but that's because he's just trying so
visually
hard.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's the most visually interesting. The
But-
others disgust me.
But he's the one who just seemed to have the least amount of personality. But again, I know this from secondhand. My sister,
Yeah.
her favorite was AJ.
That was okay.
Or-
I have a friend who her and her best friend, that was their favorite. I'm like, he grosses me out. He is the kind of guy, if I saw walking towards me on the street, I would cross the street because he's definitely a bad person. Like,
Maybe.
and not because he's like a bad boy, but he looks skeezy as fuck.
His thing was bad boy. That was
Yeah.
probably why. I think her favorite might have been Kevin, actually, the older guy.
This is your ex-girlfriend or your sister?
My sister. My ex-girlfriend was
How's
in
she
One Direction.
doing in life?
Nah. But it's not her. She's got probably some
Issues.
issues.
Mhm.
Yeah, her fave was Kevin,
Old
I think.
square head.
Old squarehead Kevin.
Yeah.
And that's all I know about Backstreet Boys. Oh, and him and Brian and Kevin are related. They're like cousins. Or
Yeah, something
Something
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah. I did
Doesn't
know that.
matter.
I knew that.
let's talk about the video on this.
There's nothing to
DVD.
talk about. Nothing happens in it.
A kid goes on a bus because he's joined the military, and his dad cries, and he remembers when he got on his first school bus. The kid ends up missing in action, and the dad is totally distraught, and the Backstreet Boy jams out about how he will never be alone because whoever you is will always welcome you home.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you might be Jesus. I
think
don't
it's
know.
God because he dies at the end.
Yeah, the kid dies, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't entirely clear to
Well,
me.
he walks away and disappears.
like a ghost.
Like a ghost.
Because the end of the video is all the soldiers coming home from where they came from.
Yeah, and he went to the ultimate home.
Right, because even the kid comes home, despite we knowing he's missing in action, he hugs his dad and everyone's like crying and sad, but then ghost figures come in,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure the kid is one of those ghost figures at the end,
Yeah.
and he leaves.
Yep.
It was the weirdest. I don't understand.
I don't know either.
This is the only thing I watched twice
It's
in
another
this.
pandering thing.
Oh, super military pandering thing.
Yeah, military, like, it was just that whole Christian military. We need to come up with a word for that one very specific sect of the moral right.
I just call it military worship.
That makes sense.
It's
That's
just
fine.
worshiping the military for
Yeah.
what? I don't know, but for doing it.
But it's always Christians. It's this very specific
It's a-
brand of Christian
Oh,
that
you're
also worships the military in equal
we need
parts.
Jesus, and we
And
need the
murder.
military.
We
Yeah,
need Jesus and murder.
bombing people.
Yeah.
That's what's good.
It never made sense to me. I don't understand it.
I don't understand military worship in general.
Me neither.
It doesn't matter who it is.
I don't care.
Like, hey, I guess go you. But I don't even say thank you for your service. Guess what? I don't care.
No,
You're not helping.
But we haven't been in a war that's worth fighting in so fucking long.
Right.
And I am not against the military. I'm not against the army men. I'm against the government and the places that they put our military men in.
Mhm.
So it's like, I don't think that this
And
person's
kill them for no good
innately
reason.
good just because he's willing to, die. A lot of people who are in the military are in there because they have to be, not because they desperately want to save lives, because
Yeah.
the opposite is happening for the most part.
And it's just one of those things that really bugs me because, and this might be controversial,
Yeah.
but an American soldier hasn't died for American freedom in my lifetime. All of it.
Yeah. No.
Not one.
No, I know.
Maybe some like special forces have gone out and done something. I don't know about that because they don't tell me those.
You can argue World War II because that's definitely...
That's not my lifetime.
Oh, your lifetime. Okay, I thought you meant just like in
Yeah.
modern
No.
times.
I would say World War II. That's maybe the last
Yeah,
time.
and in World War II, so only Europe was really in danger, but that did endanger the world, including us. So
Right.
it was
No, World War II is a fair point.
right.
After that,
Nothing,
I'd be hard pressed to think of a single
and it's not their
conflict
fault.
or war.
It
And it's not
is
the military.
politics.
Yeah, it's blame your Congress people.
Exactly.
Because they're the ones who are sending people off, like that video showed, to die for nothing.
for nothing.
For no reason.
Yeah.
For half the time, we don't even accomplish what we're supposedly
These
accomplishing.
people should be mourned because they died, and they died in a horrible way.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't be worshipped because of choices that horrible, horrible men made.
Right. And when you worship, even if you think they should be revered for doing it and dying for no reason,
Yeah.
you should not perpetuate the idea
Right.
because it's reinforcing
creating
the
a cycle.
notion
Yeah.
that it's a good idea to do.
Glorifying
Right.
that position, yeah, it has kids growing up thinking that that's the best way to,
Exactly.
yeah, to be a
We should
hero.
be if we're going to revere anybody, it should be the service members exclusively,
Yeah.
while also strongly emphasizing the point that there's no fucking reason they should be dead right now.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it. I 100% support the troops. I do not support the people.
In the fact that I would want them to stay home.
I would love them to fight when necessary.
Right.
That hasn't happened in a very long time.
I support the troops being alive.
Right.
And not fighting wars that we shouldn't be
another
fighting.
thing we agree on.
But it's military worship honestly bugs me. It bugs me every time.
Yeah.
It just irritates me.
Me too. It gets me all hot in the face.
Because it gets people killed.
Yep.
For no fucking reason. Like, hey, if there's a real war worth fighting, I'll join. But there hasn't been one.
Yes.
In
After
50 years.
9/11, like September 12th, I was like, let's fucking do this. And then as soon as we started going to war, I'm like, wait, why are we over there? What are we doing in Iraq? And just like, I was in like 10th grade and I knew, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Why are we there? And then we've been fighting them ever since. And it had nothing to do with...
And then when I got older, I realized that even Afghanistan didn't have anything to do with it.
No, it was literally just the small, crazy religious sect.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, of crazy
like,
terrorists.
invading another country was not going to help.
No! Finding Bin Laden makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That is doling out justice and
But-
also preventing, hopefully, things. But everything else that we did was as bad as what they did to us. And, you know, I'm going to get flack for that. I don't care.
I mean, we did kill their children.
We've been murdering and raping and pillaging for so long. We are as bad, if not worse, than so many of the countries we've attacked.
Okay.
That got heavy.
That got heavy.
Thanks, Brian Luttrell.
Oh, I would say it appears that the war against ISIS is at least making actual progress.
Except for we created ISIS.
Except we created ISIS as an issue in the first place. And to fight ISIS, we don't have to invade another entire fucking country. We actually are doing, the thing you do when you actually have a problem, and it's attacking the problem.
Yes.
And not invading Iran or...
Right.
Where are they? Kuwait? I don't know where they are.
I don't know where they are right now either.
But we're going to invade Pakistan and be like, let's kill ISIS.
It's like,
no!
It's like chemotherapy if you only have a tumor.
Because it turns out...
It's like you can remove the tumor. Or you can poison your entire body.
Right, and some tumors can't be removed without poisoning your whole body.
Right.
But it turns out a lot of them can.
A lot of them can.
Let's just do that.
Exactly.
And turns out that a lot of the governments of other countries that you might invade to take out terrorists also want to take out terrorists. So just work with them. Be like, hey, Pakistan, you want to help us out? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
No, it's like that my favorite picket sign ever, which it just said, we're all in this together, right, guys? Because that's literally it. We're like, we're all, like, for the most part, we all agree on these issues.
Mm-hmm.
We all see this as bad. Let's all, like, work together. And I don't think it's an idealistic viewpoint. It seems pretty practical and realistic to me.
But yeah, invading another country just doesn't make sense. And bombing their children makes no sense.
Pretending it's for one reason and it's actually for another is straight
garbage.
gabbage, evil bullshit.
All right. Let's move on to Jeremy Camp and his great song, This Man.
I skipped this one, too, after a few... I say minutes, but it's probably only a couple minutes long. I got through half of it.
Yeah. It's a performance video. It's on a dark stage. The song itself is about whether someone will take the place of Jesus on the cross. Now, this one is actually somewhat interesting to me.
Why?
Not because the song itself is any good. It does bring up an interesting point of view. Because if I could accomplish something on the level of what Jesus supposedly accomplished, 100% absolutely I would take his place on the cross. As we have discussed before, the so-called sacrifice Jesus made isn't even very big.
Right.
He was, tortured. Fine. Crucifixion sucks. Except he wasn't the only person it's ever happened to.
Right.
It happened to 2 dudes the same day as him. And those were just that day.
He got to come back.
And, exactly, 3 days later, he came back to life. He didn't even stay dead.
Yeah.
Guess what Barnabas did? Stayed dead.
Stay dead.
So, if you die in a way that hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of other people have done before you, and then come back to life, you haven't sacrificed that much, except the fact that dying hurts. And it's I agree.
Yeah.
Except that billions, millions of people have already done it.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it in the future. So you've just done the thing
Seems like
that...
of the people, the other 2 men should be worshipped more, because their sacrifice was actually permanent and serious.
Except that they're not supposedly the Son of God, and they're not supposedly the one way that you can get to heaven.
Right, and I guess their sacrifice, their death wasn't supposed to bring about any great effect on everybody else.
And Jesus' sacrifice didn't even bring an effect.
We're forgiven, Josh. Did you forget?
As long as you agree to the silly little rules of this nonsense religion.
I know.
Yeah, it's mob justice.
Mob justice.
Like, hey, pay me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to pay you. I don't owe you anything. Yeah, you do. You have to pay me. But you don't work here. I'll break your legs. Like, ah, fine.
God's a mob boss.
Yeah, God's a mob boss. It's 100%. So this song isn't fine. I'm glad you believe it, I guess.
Yeah.
But the message is horrible.
Yeah.
And if I could do what Jesus did, except better, where everyone's just forgiven.
Where something actually happens.
Where something actually happens and you don't have to be subservient to an entity.
Right.
Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat. It's not even a question.
Right.
If you, like, yeah, I'll
my death literally saves
millions, billions of people.
100%. I do not value my life.
Yeah.
So, and not in that way. Not
even
in that
if
respect.
you do, it's an easy choice.
Yeah, without question.
I don't know how many people want it. But hey, if you do this really absurd, hurtful, painful thing, everyone's saved forever.
Right.
And you get to choose about yourself. It's not about someone else.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a question.
It's not even like the
I wouldn't
train
even
question.
hesitate.
Like, kill one guy or kill these guys.
Right, 'cause
So,
that's
like, kill
making-
yourself, save everyone. Done.
Done.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have to choose for someone else, that's a very different issue, and I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't
But that's
do it
because I
either.
can't choose that for someone
Exactly.
else.
That's not, yeah.
But for me?
Done. Ugh. Whatever. Ugh. This guy with his also sideswept, straightened hair.
Yeah. Sort of,
Trying so hard to be young and hip.
yeah.
He's not either. And another thing I want to point out,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of these videos are just film of people on stage. It's like live concert footage, but none of the ones who are doing the live concert footage have any kind of charisma or stage presence. So it's not like that. Like, they should make videos for these kinds of bands because they don't have any reason to watch them. They're boring. They're uninspiring.
Yeah.
There's no energy. There's no charisma. There's no personality. It's just people trying too hard to look cool.
Oh, we're getting to
Poorly.
that. I have an
Yeah.
even worse example in an actual video.
I'm sure I probably know which
saw it.
one you're talking about.
All right, so let's move on to something that's at least more interesting.
Go.
Cutlass, the band,
Yes.
has a song called Shut Me Out. And oh damn, we are rocking now.
Rocking. 2000s idea of rocking.
A boy hides in a warehouse from the police, who are armed to the teeth and here to get him.
And for some reason in gas masks.
Yeah. That boy, of course, is intercut with the band performing in that same warehouse, and we're supposed to feel the intensity of this scene. The lyrics tell us there's nothing they can do to keep him from speaking the truth. Oh god, it's persecution fantasy.
I literally said Linkin Park plus persecution complex. That's exactly what they are.
It's great.
There's just another 2000s alternative rock, like angry white boy band.
Except they don't even have the creativity of a Linkin Park song because, and I counted about 50%, 60% of the lyrics are these words. There's nothing you can say that will take me away from this life. There's nothing you can do to shut me off, to shut me out when I'm speaking the truth.
Yeah, who are they arguing? Who are they fighting? No one. I venture to guess that no one's come at them about their faith
Of course not.
in this kind of way. That they have to be this angry
Yeah, no one
and
cares.
aggressive.
Do your thing. But those 4 lines
Yeah,
comprise half of the song. Linkin Park, there's a chorus because
yeah.
most songs
No,
have
I'm
one.
going by sound,
Yeah.
not quality of.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you. But I just want to point out, like, I'm not going to pretend that Linkin Park was some
I don't like them, but I
some
understand. what people do.
genre-defining band who was like the best thing since sliced bread. I liked them.
I put them straight. They're all stained and mud, like
That's
puddle
fair.
of mud. They're all the same fucking band.
I'm not going to argue that point because it's not. It's
just
hard to
one-
argue.
It's just one of those genres that I just know. I don't like one, so I don't like any of them because they're
Yeah.
all the same.
And I'm a
And there are
Linkin-
plenty of genres that I do like. That every band in that genre sounds the same, but I just like that sound.
Right.
So nothing against them.
right. I'm not going to defend their honor. I like Linkin Park,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like they did a thing no one else could ever do. Not really.
No. Rare. That's a rare.
Miss
thing.
you, Chester.
Rest in peace.
But this damn video, this damn song, has to be repeated at least 4 times. That one little block of lyrics.
Yep.
Because they couldn't think of any other words to put in there. And at the
I know. Take a breath.
and then at the end of the video, they get arrested for speaking the truth because we just have to feel like people are after us all the time.
Exactly.
And it's so frustrating to see these people pretend they're being persecuted.
I wish there were more Jewish rock bands because they actually could make that point.
Yeah.
Why aren't there Jewish rock bands being like, stop fucking persecuting us?
Right.
Chasing us out of countries.
You know who the-
murdering us.
This is not to compare these guys to the other guys I'm going to compare them to, But do you know the people who persecute Jews the hardest?
Christians.
Yes.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Very hardcore, dedicated people who would call themselves Christians at least.
Yeah.
If you want to argue, I don't care.
No.
But they think they are.
No, exactly.
They're quoting scripture while they're burning people. So don't sit here and pretend, especially as an American,
right,
that you're being persecuted when the biggest persecutors in the country are your people.
Yeah.
Or at least people who would align themselves with you.
It's an interesting bubble to live in.
Like, damn, just stop.
Just enjoy your privilege.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Enjoy that you're not actually being attacked or your life's not in danger. Your beliefs aren't in danger.
You can do whatever you want.
You can do
just
literally whatever you want.
There's no war on Christmas.
No.
No one gives a shit about Christmas.
No one fucking cares. Stop trying to make your laws, though.
Right.
That's where I get angry.
Okay. Oh, and the one thing to acknowledge at the end, despite the fact that the band gets arrested, the little child picks up their amplifier and plugs it in because he's going to send the truth message, which is the final shot.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I just remembered it here. But a computer screen tells us that the truth message has been sent. And I just want to die.
Yep.
Okay, we're moving on to Stephen Curtis Chapman and his song, All I Really Want. And it's a Christmas song. What do you think of this one?
It makes me so angry.
Does it?
I hate it so much.
Why?
It's Christmas shoes, but with orphans.
I compared it to the Sarah McLachlan dog shelter commercial.
Also
but with
that.
orphans.
Yes. Oh, also, yes. Very good comparison.
But it's a Christmas song, and it's basically adopt children.
Adopt one of these brown kids, please. It's Christmas. Hey, it's like when people buy their kids pets for Christmas because it's cute, but then they always end up in the shelter afterwards because no one takes care of it. It's like, don't tell people that their Christmas gift should be a human. Like, you should adopt if you can, and also if you really, really want to.
Mm-hmm. You should adopt, though.
Yeah.
If you want kids and you don't have a baby of your own already, adopt.
Right.
You don't have to just have your own kids, your own genetic offspring. You can adopt kids.
Please adopt kids.
Please.
Because your people are also trying to keep people from preventing children. So they just keep popping out. And no one's taking care of them. And you also don't want them to have any kind of financial support from the government.
Yeah.
So these are just kids who can't eat because of all the laws you pass. But then also, you can feel like a really good person by taking one of them in.
It makes you a good person.
Yeah. That's how you can define, I guess.
It's on the list of good people.
You create the problem, then solving the problem, you don't get credit for it.
That's true. But if you just are trying to solve the problem, if you're adopting, you get good person points.
Yeah, totally.
They can be countered by your shitty person points.
Same for adopting animals.
Yes. Oh,
Stop
and also
breeding animals is wrong and bad.
And one other point I wanted to make is you don't need a puppy and you don't need a baby.
No.
You can adopt a 12-year-old. It's great.
Yeah, it's true.
Do it.
And older dogs. I plan on adopting older dogs.
Yeah. I am eventually, inevitably going to end up with a dog. I'm just going to go find the dog that's coolest.
You just find the dog that you connect to. It's like anything.
And if I think I'm going to lean towards an older dog because they're the sleepiest.
Yeah, and honestly,
that's all I want.
I just have never. I don't really care about puppies. I love puppies because they become dogs. Mm-hmm. But I love dogs. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with puppies because eventually they will be older and better.
But if you are able and you want children, go adopt.
We support that.
We
don't support Stephen Curtis Chapman.
For this.
And his pandering.
His, obvious pandering.
Ugh.
But I do want these kids to get adopted. I hope they did.
I hope they did.
Okay.
By loving good people.
By loving good people. Right.
Yeah.
All right. We're on to Building 429 with their great song, Fearless. The video opens by telling us that this is the true story of two missionaries. So we're off to a grand start. They then show us a psalm verse. And our band approaches their performance location while two cool-looking guys walk through the same area. And our band begins to play, and never have I seen a group of people trying so hard to look so cool.
This is it.
While they are playing their instruments.
How many hair straighteners were on that tour bus?
And I don't mean one or two of the guys are trying to look cool. They are all trying so hard.
It's embarrassing to watch.
This is honestly uncomforting.
It's so embarrassing. It's secondhand embarrassment.
I wrote down, it could literally be actual children attempting to impersonate the same Van Halen video, and it would come off as less ridiculous. Because these are grown men who are actually playing.
Yep.
Children are doing it. They're just like, yeah, we're having fun. This is how we play instruments, right?
Yeah.
Put it over my head.
Yeah. Oh, my God. They were not cool in high school.
They were not cool ever.
They wanted so bad.
The footage of the video itself is intercut with presumably the missionaries in question.
It's just like home videos these missionaries took.
Yeah.
And I was kind of stoked on seeing some action. Like, does something fucking happen? Like, did they die?
Yeah, there's a little bit of blood and stuff, but it
One
seems
guy
like
hurts his toe.
Yeah, like
so that's his grand suffering.
Yeah, I want to clarify. He's not attacked.
No.
He just hurt his foot walking.
They walked a lot, so I guess he wore the bad shoes, and his shoes didn't support his walking.
Which is a sacrifice. I wish they were doing it for
It's
something.
the same sacrifice for the Appalachian Trail.
Right.
You don't have to be in another country forcing yourself on people.
Yeah. I'm not saying don't go do charity work.
I'm saying don't do missionary work.
Yeah.
Charity work is great.
You're not offering
missionary
them anything.
work does nothing.
You're offering them hope for things that aren't true. That's
Right.
not helpful.
And in your own beliefs, you're making them susceptible to hell. Because if you don't know, you can't go.
But that's true. That's what some people think. Some people think you just go anyway. But
Yeah, I
whatever.
know.
Everyone knows in their heart
Most
that
of the people
Jesus
I've
is the
asked,
real
I
one.
ask that question, and they say, "No, if you're innocent if you don't know. Like kids don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, but just... And I know I'm sure they bring food and water when they can.
They
but,
try to build schools and stuff.
Yeah, but how about just do the schools and leave out the Jesus shit? We
Yeah.
don't need it. It's not necessary.
Agreed.
You're not helping.
Agreed. We've had this conversation before.
I know. And I guess if it's the only way you're going to go over there anyway, then sure. But I really wish we could just do charity work without the Jesus on top.
I say it's always good for people to experience other cultures, but the problem with these is it doesn't seem like they're trying to learn other cultures. It seems they're trying to push their culture.
Yeah.
That's what it seems, and that's what I've been like from other people's experiences and hearing about their mission work. And that might not be true for all of them, obviously, but it's always good to learn about other cultures and try to understand different ways of living and people's experiences.
Yeah. But it's a hard question to really say, because if it does get you over there, then fine. But also I wish it wasn't what it took to get you over there.
True. Yeah.
But I'm not traveling to Africa, so
No.
I can't really.
It's too hot.
And if I did, it would probably be
If
for
there
a
were people
vacation.
struggling in Antarctica, I would be there.
Yeah, but so I'm not doing more than them.
No, definitely not.
I just wish they didn't have
Definitely
to do
don't think I'm a better person.
So it's just one of those things. And they end this video with a quote by C.T. Studd. "If Jesus Christ be God and died for me, then no sacrifice can be too great for me to make for him." Except, as we talked about earlier, it wasn't much of a sacrifice. It cost him literally nothing.
Pain, that's it.
Yeah, but like, he's God.
But be a woman for your whole life, am I right?
We've moved on to Amy Grant. This is who I thought Natalie Grant was earlier.
Gotcha. This woman's a superstar.
This song is called Eye to Eye. It's a very simple live performance video again, except she, I think, has charisma.
Definitely.
She can sing.
Amy Grant is a star, and she was a star for a long time.
Right, for a reason.
Yeah.
She even has a tambourine player, and that's pretty awesome.
And one of those eggs. A
Eggs?
shaker egg.
Like a Macarena? Or, not Macarena.
Maraca. It's
Maraca.
Like, it's like a maraca, but it's a rhythm egg. See?
Oh,
That's
I
what
see.
she's
She does have a
holding in her
rhythm
left
egg.
hand.
The song itself is about having a tiff with another person and finding a way to compromise and get along. But as far as I could tell, it was also 0% religious.
Yes.
It is family friendly, and we know her reputation, so I guess we can't expect literally everything to be about Jesus.
Right. But
Maybe
she was one of those crossover stars. Like, she was on normal radio.
She was
a
actually,
lot.
because she has actual talent.
Yeah, and there was some controversy back in the day about her being too sexy and too worldly.
Of course.
Yeah, and especially later when she divorced her husband.
Yeah.
That was frowned upon.
Mm-hmm.
But she's
You
really
got a
pretty.
divorce. She is real pretty. All right, let's move on to the next one, and I don't need to even show you, and you're going to know what it is. It's by the David Crowder Band.
Ugh.
It's called Everything Glorious. Do you remember this one?
I just wrote blah.
Yeah, it's 100% what it is. It's a
And I skipped
performance
it.
video.
Yeah.
He says, Jesus makes everything glorious, and what does that make me? But there's nothing to be said about it.
Nothing. It's so boring.
Michael W. Smith has a song on this one. It's called All in the Serve.
He's the same thing as Stephen Curtis Chapman. They're the same
Mm-hmm.
person, essentially.
The song fucking sucks.
Yep.
And the video is boring.
Yep.
And it looks like it's a trailer for a shitty 90s movie about a teacher who comes in and changes the lives of some hard-scrabbled children.
Yeah, except for the video really didn't make any sense at all. I don't know what they were trying to tell us. And I read the lyrics, and the lyrics also don't make any sense.
So, that's true.
Yeah.
But I wanted to point out, after I wrote down that it looked like a 90s trailer for a movie about a teacher,
Yeah.
it is a trailer for a movie.
What?
This is from a movie soundtrack
Are you serious? Which movie?
called The Second Chance. So now that's on the list, obviously.
So well done you. I did not get any of that. I didn't get anything from it.
It's apparently not about a teacher. It's about two preachers, pastors, whatever the proper word is. But it was a nothing video. It was bad.
I'd be so allergic to that room he's pianoing in. It's just dust everywhere.
The movie itself, surely, if this is the best they could do for an ad, it looks like it's going to be shit. So,
yeah,
not
right.
interested. Anything you want to say before we move on?
I hate him. Go on.
We hate Michael W. Smith. That's official stance of this podcast.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Okay. Next, we have Rebecca St. James, and I do remember her as well.
I do too.
The song is called God Help Me. And this one gets off to a fucking kicking start.
Yeah, it does.
And I was into it right away.
Me too. The light show.
It's a light
It's
show.
fucking strobe lights and like...
And Rebecca St. James is a smoke show, so that's great.
She's got more charisma than most of the other people. She has an awkwardness about her on stage. That's
I was
fine.
actually going to say, I actually wrote down, when Rebecca starts singing, it ruins a bit of the attitude.
Yeah.
Stirred up by the music itself, because the music is really sort of hard, and she's
aggressive.
clearly soft.
Right. But I'm like, maybe it's like, it's kind of an Evanescence vibe. Like, she has a very lovely voice that's kind of cut over, really hard instrumentals.
Yeah. But Amy Lee from Evanescence is a little more...
Good,
but also has a little bit more edgy to her.
Especially
she's
to
got
her
that
look.
goth,
Yeah.
that goth look and that goth style.
Right.
Rebecca St. James does not
She looks
have...
like she walked out of an Aeropostale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this song is like...
She's somebody's girlfriend.
But
Yeah.
it's decent overall. It's just that it is a bit of a
Mismatch. Try again. Oh, that's really funny.
Mismatch between the music itself and her lyrics over it.
Lyrics and look.
Overall, it is somewhat above average, but my average may be severely skewed by now.
Yeah, she could have used a stylist.
Yeah, just to get her... Maybe the whole concert wasn't like this, and this is just the one...
Girls looked like that walking down in my high school. Like, just...
Right.
That it looks like the outfit you wear to high school in 2007.
My guess would be this is just the one song she has where she's a little more intense.
Maybe,
and it just
you're
her
right.
look doesn't match. But you can do costume changes in a show.
People love costume changes.
Right. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Dig it.
I dig it.
It's just that it's a bit of a mismatch, like we
Yeah,
said.
it's
But it's minor.
muddled, but
It's minor.
it's fine.
It's fine. It's a good song. I liked it.
I appreciate it because I hate so many of these things.
Right. Finally something I can get into.
Yeah.
Next, we're moving on to Big Daddy Weave, and the song is called Every Time I Breathe.
Everything about this is a no for me.
I hated it right away on name alone.
I hate it. You know how I feel about the word daddy.
That's right.
I was instantly against this. And then it's also mashed with the disgustoid word daddy used by an adult man.
Mm-hmm.
It's another fuck me God song.
Yeah, the camera draws entirely too close to this man's face.
Yeah.
And the song itself is so dull. It's uninspired. It's a sexy Jesus song.
Yeah. If there's a difference between love you, Jesus, and I am in love with you. I am in love with you is just different than saying you love God or love Jesus.
Yeah.
Right?
But I'm
It
sick of
makes
seeing
it
this
creepy.
man's face.
Yeah.
It gets real close to us. Look at that.
Look at that. I know.
Look at his fucking face.
And there's nothing there. Like, his face is just
Potato.
any guy on your street wearing
Yeah.
a baseball cap and not very interesting glasses with a sweater over a button up. It's just so boring and uninteresting.
I'm glad he's having fun, I guess.
Is he having fun? I
I
guess
don't
so.
know. No one else
Then
is.
just like random faces again, just like that other one where people are walking towards the camera.
Yeah, but at least this time they're participating. They're singing.
Yeah,
But obviously it's him singing, so didn't even get to see that.
yeah.
The next one is from a band called Barlow Girl. It's
Which
called...
I knew that band name. I knew that band before this, and I didn't think they were a Christian group.
Well, the song is called I Need You to Love Me.
Mm.
It shouldn't take more than the title to see how much this has to do with Jesus.
This music video is sponsored by Charlotte Roos and Wet Seal.
The band is of note because it's an all-woman band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume so.
I just want to make sure I didn't miss a dude somewhere.
I didn't see a dude. That looks like a dude hand. That could have been a dude on the guitar.
But as far as we can tell, it's an all-woman band. They are doing their best. I had almost nothing to say about this.
No, I'm embarrassed by their look too. So
Oh,
give
yeah?
the trying hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little try-hard.
It's just like they went all of the trends of the 2000s is happening in this video,
Mhm.
which does not age well at
That's true.
all.
That's true.
It looks terrible.
And, I mean, at a certain point, you have to give people a break because it was the 2000s and everyone was being trendy.
No,
but,
yeah,
you should have something that doesn't seem...
The thing is, the 2000s is the worst trendy of all of the decades, all of them. You can go back to like the 19th century and say there is no decade with worse trends than the 2000s. So it just looks like trash. They look like trash.
All right. You have more to say about this than I do.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You could 80s, 90s, and all is like, you can be kind of nostalgic. Where you're like, remember when we thought that looked good? But it still kind of does. Mm-hmm. Nothing about this translates to nowadays.
All right. You have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. We're moving on to Hawk Nelson. The One Thing I Have Left.
I didn't write anything about this. They're
Will
boring.
someone please radio for help? Because I think I'm allergic to myself.
Is that a line?
I think so. I wrote it down. I don't know why.
This band and the next band I just put it's whiny hormonal teen music.
Oh yeah, this is the epitome of an early 2000s emo band.
Yeah, it is.
It's, except apparently Christian enough to make it onto this DVD.
Yeah.
But they play in a junkyard while kids watch, and there's a real aggressive dog.
Yeah. And there's a guy with a lip ring just whining and screaming at the camera.
A lip ring with wind-swept hair over his
Yeah, you can't
eyes.
see his face because of all the hair in his face. And then a lip ring, and he is so mad.
He's screaming.
Who's he even mad at? Probably his dad, I guess.
You're right, I hate my father.
Yeah.
But there's nothing here. It's just an emo band. And if you're in emo music, cool, I guess. There's Christian versions.
Yeah.
But
I was not
into it either. Although I will argue that our generation of emo is vastly superior to the later generation of emo. I've had arguments with younger people about it.
Well, I also feel like yours and mine are different. Because my emo is like Death Cab for Cutie and Bright Eyes and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Which I don't even consider emo. That's just, it's depressing because they're depressed, and so was I. Mm-hmm. But this is like...
You may have missed the emo train by just a couple
of years. Oh, completely. I was completely not on the...
At this point, emo music gives me, like, nostalgia, but I still hate it. It's horrible.
I get that.
But I'm like, this is funny.
No, there was like a lot of pop music that I hated when it was out, but now it's nostalgic to me because I remember hating it. Like Britney Spears, I did not like at all. Like, she was the opposite of the music I liked. But now I fucking rock out to Britney Spears. I have one of her best of compilations. Like, I love her.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten older, I'm less depressed, and if she reminds me of a different time period.
Yeah. Okay, so instead of talking about emo, let's talk about Sanctus Real, the band. Maybe Real. And the song is I'm Not All Right.
We're still talking about emo.
Yeah, you're right.
Same band. Same band, but the singer's brunette now.
I wrote that this was a breath of fresh air as they're not trying to be hard in any way. So that's nice.
That is kind of true.
They're just embracing their emo-ness, I guess.
Yeah.
They're not like, I'm a cool guy, look at my nail!
Yeah, they're like they are the hoodie under a blazer's emo.
Yeah. Instead
of a, like, torn skater outfit.
But then
emo.
I heard the lyrics. And I wrote down, I'm not all right. I'm broken inside, and I just gave up my hope.
Emo.
Yeah. And, like, they're not trying to be super cool, but god damn it.
Yeah.
This is not what I wanted.
Right. Again, nothing to do with Jesus or God. This could have been a normal, radio.
And the video itself doesn't make any sense. It looks like they were trying to do a thing where the band was going to be hit by a car.
Yeah.
Or the band was going to be the casualties in a car accident. But it was all a swerve and nothing happens.
Yeah, big build up to nothing.
Yeah, they couldn't afford to crash a car, I guess. I don't know.
They couldn't even afford to have the cars within 25 feet of each other.
Right. Hey, be careful.
Yeah,
the way mom's car.
The dramatic way it ends is they stop significantly far away from each other to where there shouldn't even be concern. They get out of their cars to assess the damage, I guess, when they didn't actually hit each other.
Mm-hmm. So the next song is from Reliant K, which is a band I'm familiar with.
Me too.
Vaguely.
Yes.
It's called Who I Am Hates Who I've Been. These guys played at my college once, and people, for some reason, were excited.
Yeah. That makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
This was another part of the, like, kind of pop-punk emo.
Mm-hmm. That's all I know about them. People liked them. I didn't get it.
I think they had a song I liked.
I didn't go to that concert. And the main guy's face freaks me out. And he stares into the camera a lot.
Oh, I can't wait to see his face. I don't remember that.
It's not that his face is bad or wrong in any way.
You have a wrong face. Your face is wrong.
I think it's just his expression and the way he...
Oh, yeah. The way he, like, moves his jaw. Yeah.
Look at it.
No, I'm with you.
It's not entirely human. The way he...
He has that kind of, like, weird... he's, like, not unattractive, but he's the kind of attractive that could do, like, like couture photo shoots, meaning like there's something off about his head.
Mm-hmm.
But if he looked sad enough and like arched his back, he could be like selling Calvin Klein.
Okay, that's it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I was like, I don't want to see this man's face anymore, and he just keeps staring. The video itself is about a woman who appears to have time backwards powers.
Yes.
She walks backwards, and time goes in reverse.
Yeah, which doesn't seem very useful. Because once she goes forward again, it goes back.
But she keeps experimenting and playing with it, and a dude gets hit by a car. So she walks backwards to make him not get hit by a car. She changes one minor thing, which sets off a different chain of reaction, and he doesn't get hit by a car.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun... The way the video...
It's a fun little video.
The video is made well.
Yeah.
It's creative.
It's well made.
Yeah.
The song is, whatever, but it's not bad.
Yeah. It's not bad, but yeah.
It's not obnoxious in any way.
There's a reason why this is one of the few bands that we'd heard of before.
Right. I don't want to see that guy's face anymore, but that's fine. That's not his fault.
I'm okay with that too.
But yeah, it's like she realizes she has this power. She walks forward and then backward and like plays with it a while.
Yeah.
But then a dude gets hit, and she's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, and she has fun with it.
Yeah, she has fun. I would have fun with that power.
Yeah, me too. For a little bit until I'm like, well, what do I do now?
Well, just always move forward. And then if something sucks, you just move backward.
Yeah, but then I'll always have to think about, like, you can't go backwards. You have to go in circles now if you want to go the other way. Like, oh, shit, I forgot my purse. Long walk around.
Or you just go backwards and don't forget your purse.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But then you're also affecting the entire world.
Mm-hmm. Butterfly effect.
Butterfly effect.
Okay, we're moving on.
I love this.
Stellar Cart has a song called Activate. And the song, it's the video. The video itself is an infomercial for Activate, where we get an old-timey show about bands performing, and we see Stellar Cart dressed in red sweaters.
Want to try that again?
Red sweaters. All 50s style.
Yeah, it's fun.
I did not find it as fun as
Oh, I love it. This band had more charisma than all the other bands combined.
Yeah?
They had personalities. Yeah.
I know that I wrote the lyrics down. This is the purpose of my life. This is the reason I'm alive. Don't have time to waste. Activate. Activate.
Yeah, the lyrics weren't. No. The video itself is more fun than most of them.
But that's just
because the lead singer has charisma, the drummer has charisma. They all have like.
I kind of see the.
They seem kind of fun.
Yeah.
And also, we find out later in the video that they're actually not good, upstanding 50s gentlemen. They're actually rock stars.
Right. They're going to use their Activate product from the infomercial to go from 50s band members to early 2000s one. But I'm not sure. Is that the activation?
I mean, it's the activation in the video, but I think the Activate in the song is supposed to be more spiritual, right?
No, that part
Yeah, so like they literally I guess they use the Activate and then they become cool.
I didn't fully understand. It's
the drummer's dreamy.
Is he?
Yeah. See, this reminds me of like the pop punk of my era. Like it's a little more until their clothes change and I hate everything. They remind me of like the post Blink-182 kind of pop punk before it edged its way into full on emo. And I kind of like that.
Actually, now that we're watching it without the words, without the sound, I see the charisma you're talking about. They have
personalities
being
represented.
It's true. I realize also why I don't like the song, which you just said. I don't like pop punk.
Yeah, you would have if you were my age. Because they
had pop punk when I was a kid.
No, they had warped pop punk that basically was emo.
We had Blink-182.
You had late Blink-182.
And Green Day. I don't know what's early.
Maybe Dude Ranch.
What's the song?
Early it was like What's My Age Again?
No, that's me.
No, it's not. That was when
That's
I was
literally the first Blink-182 song ever.
Yeah, but you were like in elementary school.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, that came out in like 96 or 7.
Did it?
Yes.
Whatever. Point is, I hated it then. I hate it now.
I love Blink-182.
Green Day is terrible.
I only liked one album from Green Day, and it was Nimrod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just never been a pop punk guy. I've never liked it. Yeah. I like my pop. I like punk. Just keep them separate. I don't need them together. I've never gotten the urge to match these things.
Blink-182 is the funnest band.
God, I don't understand that.
So much fun. I don't think you experienced the same thing I did.
Maybe not. But I hear the music, and it sucks.
You're very wrong.
And then when they did that emo song.
No, that's late. And that's terrible.
I know. But
yeah.
I can at least deal with What's My Age Again. That fucking song.
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry. God damn it, I hate that song.
You should. It's terrible.
All right, next we're moving on to a song called Plum. A song from Plum. It's called Cut. And it's a woman. She's Plum. and she's singing on a piano. It's all in black and white, and it has some sort of filter applied over the top of it.
Yep.
And we watch a girl be sad as Plum sings.
I skipped to the end of this one.
I do not want to be afraid. To me, it sounded like the song was about being gay.
I couldn't get into it. I was so bored.
I couldn't figure out what it was about.
She was so boring.
I guess it's more about, like, loving yourself and not cutting, maybe? I don't know.
What are any of the lyrics?
I wrote down, I do not want to be afraid. I then looked them up. I don't remember any of them. But it sounded... The lyrics read as though they were supposed to be more about...
Self-harm?
I think so. But I heard it initially. I was like, this song's about being gay?
Maybe.
I mean, that's cool.
I mean, maybe it is.
Go Plum. She's like, I don't want to be afraid. I want to be myself. I want to not be, like, something.
It could also be another persecution song.
Yeah, it's true. Pretty sure it's about self-harm, though. My memory of it says it was. I just didn't get that, what I heard.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It wasn't that interesting. The next song is from Red. It's called Breathe Into Me. And we're back to more hard rockin' guys for Jesus. Because we have Red performing in a meatpacking plant. They're showing us glimpses of a woman in a hospital bed. And their lead singer is Billy Corgan, but without the talent or charisma.
Yeah.
He's bald. He's got that look, that sort of...
I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Like half the lyrics, just like the Cutlass song, are breathe into me. The same, just breathe into me.
Yeah. Jesus? Is it supposed to be Jesus breathing into him?
I wrote, once again, they cannot thread the needle of religious music and just normal-ass music.
Yeah.
Which isn't so much a criticism of this song as it is an arbitrary guideline used to determine whether or not one should be on this album, in my mind.
Yeah, and this is just another person who looks like he's trying really hard, because he has, like, the black eyeliner, but it doesn't really look like it fits on him.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's not good. So let's move on.
Okay.
The next song is from a band called Need to Breathe, so that's nice.
And I knew that. Yeah, I thought I made that connection too. And I've heard of this band. I had heard of this band.
The song itself is called You Are Here. Smug face. I can't tell any of this music apart anymore.
I can't either.
At this point, you can just tell genres.
This is like the third in a row. I'm like, same band.
Same exact band, except he has a smug face.
Smug face, and his guitar hurt my ears, and it made me feel like an old lady.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, it's too loud.
All right, so let's move on to By the Tree with a song called World on Fire. I was watching this at a certain point, and this is the song in which I legit fell asleep.
And also, did you really?
Yes.
That makes sense. I skipped it eventually.
This was the longest song I've ever heard in my entire life.
I hate it. I hate this. Also, you just made me realize that the band is called By the Tree, and not that the song is a song by the tree. I thought The Tree was the name of the band, and the song was By the Tree.
Oh. No, this is By the Tree, the band.
Either way.
But yeah, I don't remember any of it because I was asleep. I was knocked the fuck out.
You made the right choice.
Crystal Myers is now singing a song, and it's called The Beauty of Grace. And she's in a big old room with a mattress on the floor, and other girls are seen in the same spot as they lament stuff and generally look sad.
Yeah, she's wearing her checkered Vans, so you know she's cool.
Mm-hmm. Song picks up as she hits the triumphant chorus, which ends in la-dee-da.
Yep.
And there's supposed to be a message of redemption and forgiveness here, so that's something. Mm-hmm. That's the beauty of grace, you see.
Yeah, she's just like she looks like a combination of Avril Lavigne and like a Mandy Moore type.
100%.
Yeah.
I thought Mandy Moore when I was looking at this.
Yeah.
I looked her up. She has a song on one of her albums about premarital sex and how not to have it. Not how not to, but to not have it.
Right.
And I was like, that would be interesting. I'm never going to hear it. No, of course not.
I was curious if it was actually any...
I might, but yeah, she's...
Also, she probably definitely did.
Oh, well, I mean, everyone does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, whatever. Or they get married really quickly so they can have sex with someone that they probably shouldn't be married to.
Yeah, just all the Disney stars pretending so that they can keep being Disney stars.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's move on to Leland with their song, Sound of Melodies. It was impossible for me to pay attention to this from note 1. And I did notice, while I couldn't hear it because I just can't focus on that at this point, I thought the lead singer looked incredibly uncomfortable the whole time. And I don't mean just on camera. I mean, he's not entirely certain how to stand.
Yeah. Uncomfortable being a human.
Yeah, he's like, how do I stand? And it's with a 60-degree arc, right?
And that's also in those things, like, you can tell when people have been styled because it's not their comfort zone. They're uncomfortable. Like, he's like, I I doubt he was the one who did that to his hair. Or if he was, it's because he's trying really hard because he doesn't know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, he has luxurious hair. His hair's really pretty.
Got some luscious hair.
Yeah, not just because it's red, but he has it's like thick.
He's just so uncomfortable. He's not making me uncomfortable.
No.
He's uncomfortable. I feel bad for him.
I agree.
For having to be alive, apparently.
A little bit in pain.
Because he does not seem like he enjoys...
Maybe he has something where he's like, standing isn't really hard for him. And
maybe
that's why he's so angry.
Maybe he does. Maybe he's a lizard in a human suit, and this one doesn't quite fit.
Nah, that's gotta be it. Because he performs this entire thing at a 45-degree angle.
Right. And even his face seems to be new to him.
And pained.
Like, he moves it.
Yeah.
How does face work?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just...
I'm with you.
It's so odd.
Also, there's a weird scene where an old man creeps into a little boy's house.
Oh, yeah, because it's about, 3 people, and they're all...
connected to a wire?
I don't know. Let's not talk about it anymore.
I don't want to. Move on.
We're on to Nate Sally with a song called Breakthrough. Nate sings at us in the woods. Nate has pretty eyes.
Nate bored me to tears.
Nate is boring as fuck.
I forgot Nate.
The lyrics are about he's found where he belongs after running on the inside for so long. And where he belongs is in you. Capital U.
Sexy.
Yeah. It could be. He does have pretty eyes.
Ugh.
And he's serenading us in a forest. In you. But his soul feels renewed when he's in you.
Ugh. Phrasing.
He's his phrasing.
I know, I don't like him. He does have pretty eyes.
Right?
I wish he had different facial hair.
And he doesn't stare directly into the camera, which is nice, because I don't have to look at those pretty eyes super on.
Right.
On.
It would have been, yeah.
And be oh no!
But he has the douche facial hair and the douche, that button up that has the graphic design on it. Again, 2000s. You're terrible.
You're the worst years.
The worst years.
So, you have anything else about this?
No,
it's
I skipped
forest.
it. I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah.
I figured nothing changed. It's just them in the forest the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, boring.
All right, we're on to Edison Glass, and it's a song called This House.
It's the first one where it's not just a band trying to look cool.
Yeah.
And it's actually an animation.
Yeah.
And I was so excited about that, I didn't notice that it was a bad animation.
Yeah, it's a creepy style cartoon.
I like creepy, and I was hoping it would be good, but it really wasn't very well done. It's
visually, it's interesting at least.
Well, it's trying to be.
Right.
It's not really good.
Correct.
It's just different, finally.
I don't mean good interesting. I mean visually, the idea of using a cartoon in this old-timey cartoon style is interesting.
Right.
It just happened to have not added up to anything.
And the art of itself is pretty rudimentary.
Yeah. But it's a nice thing to try for a video instead of just, let's do a song where we perform.
Let's try to look as hot as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song itself reminded me of Modest Mouse.
I can see that.
Yeah. I might have also been thinking of Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I wasn't into either, and I had a hard time differentiating them.
Both of those bands were bands that I was like, I didn't mind when they were on. But I also felt like because of other things I liked, I should have liked them. Franz Ferdinand I like better, actually, because they have some humor in their music that I appreciate.
The Modest Mouse guys have the humor. I remember I liked the first 3 lyrics of one of the big song. I ran my car into a cop car the other day.
Yeah.
Well, he just drove off sometimes. Laughs okay. That made me laugh.
I never knew the second part of that because I can't understand a word he's saying ever.
That's all. But
Franz Ferdinand has that song that's like, you're just my type, you have a pulse and you're breathing. And it's so funny to me.
Yeah, but I don't know any. I didn't know anything about him. I wasn't against them. I just wasn't into it enough to care.
Yeah, agreed.
About who they were. So I had a hard time differentiating them.
I get it.
So when I said Modest Mouse, I might have meant Franz Ferdinand. But either way.
No, they came out at the same time and they had similar styles.
Right. Anything else you want to say about Edison Glass?
Nope.
Great. Let's move on to the second from the last. We're almost done.
Yay!
It's taking forever.
My least favorite boy.
This is the best one. This is called Kids in the Way, and the song is called Fiction. And this guy is super cool. We know this because he has eyeliner and a sleeve tattoo.
And his hair is across his face, and he's beefy, he's super buff, and he's wearing a wife beater.
And he sings his song in a field of coals and fire and smoke.
Yeah, and he pained faces, and he's so angry.
And he wears a few crosses.
Yeah.
And he does that one-hand singing thing you do if you're really passionate, where you put it out in front of you and reach out.
Yeah, and he also does that rock star thing where he swings the microphone over his neck.
That's right, and he just swings
it around, yeah.
Oh, man, this is just...
He's the douchiest of the douches so far. Yeah, he's got... Oh, shit, what band do they sound exactly like?
Seether.
Okay. I mean, I don't know the difference between Seether and some of the other bands of that time, but
So I'm not gonna go.
it could be Seether. But he also, like, something about his look reminds me of the lead singer of Train, who I think is the worst.
Train is the worst.
Train's
They're the garbage bag guys, right?
The what?
They want a woman who's a hefty bag.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm gonna show you this. I'm pretty sure it's Train.
Look it up right now. I need to know.
You're gonna be mad about this song.
But they're the one that does. They do the "Hey Soul Sister."
Yeah, that song's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
living through that every day.
it
just
happens
makes
to
me
work
want to
too
die.
often. Yeah, and then they have one that I really hate that I can't remember now. Thank goodness.
Let's talk about Train.
Okay, I hate Train. I hate Train.
I just played for you
Yeah.
the hefty bag song I was talking about.
What's the title?
This is
of it?
Drive By.
Drive By.
I'm just a shy guy looking for a two-ply hefty bag to hold my... Fuck you!
What's he trying to hold?
His love. For
Okay.
the woman who's the subject of his not drive-by.
Gotcha. So I guess his little body can't hold any more love, so he needs a two-ply hefty bag, which is not a thing.
Train is...
Everything is like his rhyme schemes are so
You got A, B, A, B, A, B over there? Can I buy some A, B, A, B?
or just like I think his lyrics are based around what he's like. Oh, that word rhymes with this word.
Let's write other words to fit in there.
Yeah, like
It's grade school poetry.
yeah. There's one specific lyric that is it makes me so angry every single time I hear it. Ugh, fuck, whatever. We can move on.
Just Train's the worst.
Train's the worst.
And this guy from...
Especially since I really, really liked Drops of Jupiter back in the day. When, they first kind of came out.
And so the guy from Kids in the Way reminds you of the Train guy.
Yeah.
And having just seen that drive-by video, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty shit.
Super douchey.
And he looks just like him, except the Train guy doesn't have all the tattoos. And tries a little bit less hard to be as cool.
He might not have... he's not as buff. Like, that guy just kind of looks like... I don't know. He looks like he's probably too aggressive with his girlfriends.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Right?
No, I'm not against it. It's just I didn't see it coming. All right. We're moving on to the last song. Goddamn, finally.
Woohoo!
Nevertheless, that's the name of the band.
Okay.
The song is called The Real. And these guys perform in a bar and are significantly more clean-cut than our previous band. Sadly, like them, this is just more rock music without anything to say about it.
Right. They remind me of something corporate.
Yeah. If you're going to be a Christian rock band and be on a collection that's supposed to be representative of the scene, it shouldn't be this, but I guess it is, so...
And another charismaless lead singer.
Yeah. So, There's nothing here to be done. I'm done with this DVD, I'm done with the videos, I'm done with all of this. This took forever.
Done with this life.
So, final thoughts about this entire situation.
I put it was as painful as the second half of the CD, but at least there were visuals. Even though they're not good visuals, I do appreciate having something to watch.
Everything I wanted to say about this, I said in the beginning.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why the people who make this compilation chose these songs.
Right.
Because it's not Christian music. Most of it isn't. Majority. Huge majority of it.
Yeah, the vast majority.
So...
Even though, notoriously Christian singer, like Amy Grant, notorious Christian singer, not a Christian song.
Yeah. But I could... Yeah. So, yeah. This isn't the best of Christian tunes. This is the best of people who happen to call themselves Christians making music.
Right.
And that's not the same thing. You could do that on any CD.
It's true. This is like somebody's mix CD.
Right.
That they tried to...
Although, I guess we haven't done a WoW worship CD.
I don't want to. Don't make me.
Because they make two types, WoW Hits and WoW Worship. Maybe that will explain it. So there you go. I've given myself an idea.
This is for the kids and the WoW Worship's for Mom.
Or the worship for the kids and the hits is for Mom because she already gets Jesus.
No.
All right, so what's the best and what's the worst?
Ooh, let's see. Best was... Well, that should be easier than it is.
Just the one song you liked.
And I only kind of liked it.
Which one?
Well, I didn't like anything enough to remember right now.
I'm going to go with the Rebecca St. James song.
I thought you would.
It's the closest I got to really enjoying one of these.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Like I said, it's somewhat above average, but when I was going through it, my average might have been skewed way down. But I still think I could kick it. Plus, I like her.
I could kick it.
I think the last time she was one of the standouts on the CD we did. It was one of the only ones I was like, oh, I could listen to this.
I remembered her name, but I didn't remember how I felt about the music itself.
Is your favorite going to be Activate?
It probably is, and the music video kind of reminded me of like the Weezer music video for for
100%.
Buddy Holly.
Yeah. So there you go. What's the worst?
The cookie cutter lead singer. The lead singer of 90% of
Oh, I see. Not from any particular band,
No.
but from all of them.
Almost all of the bands have a lead singer that I want to punch in the face.
Mine is gonna have to go with the Persecution guys, Cutlass.
Yeah.
Fuck that. The song isn't good.
No.
The concept is stupid. The video is dumb. Everything about it sucks. And I'm just so sick of this Persecution thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're fine. You're fine.
You're getting sick of it early. We gotta
I know.
This is what we're going to be talking about so often.
I know. Let's talk about next week. Hillary,
Yes.
what are we doing next week?
Next week, we are doing a little-known film called Heart of the Country
That's right.
that I believe you found at a Goodwill. Is that correct? Is that
Oh,
where you
no,
got
it's
it?
on Netflix.
Is that where it was?
I just found it on Netflix. That's where you watched it, too.
Oh, hey.
Spoilers. We've already seen it.
Already seen it, yeah.
Let me tell you what the top 3 rated most helpful reviews on IMDb say to give us an idea of how this movie is.
Okay.
Lomax Britt says, shockingly awful, 1 star.
Shockingly awful. Oh, man.
PC Persons 2 says, acting is fine in all caps, 1 star. I assume it's in relation to Lomax's review where they said the acting is terrible.
Yeah.
This person said the acting is fine, also still 1 star. This is out of 10, by the way.
It's so funny. Maybe it's one of the actors.
And then Davison Horst says, very nice all-American movie, 9 stars out of 10.
Damn.
I'm not going to go through the actual things. Those are just the titles. That's
Yeah.
all you really need to get.
I want to know what a 10-star movie is to that guy.
Right,
What
'cause
is
we've
his
seen it.
10-star movie?
We have seen this one.
Yeah.
Hillary is taking a trip,
I am taking a trip. I'll be out of the country
so we're
for a little
prepping
while.
ahead of time. Heart of the country.
Don't worry, you won't be without me.
That's right. And for a more professional take, Tracy Moore of Common Sense Media rated this one a 3 out of 5.
All right, so that's a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, so they thought the movie wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil what this movie is. But let's just say I chose it randomly on a long list of Netflix stuff I have.
Mm-hmm.
We've already seen it.
Mm-hmm. And
Boy,
we're going to disagree a little bit.
are we?
Not you and me, but with that positive review.
Oh, yeah, Tracy Moore doesn't know what they're talking about. Nor does
9-star man.
Davison Horst with its very nice all-American movie. I read it. It's probably not what it's... But I read it as like a Russian... Very nice all-American movie.
I don't know what the accent that was, but yes.
like some guy.
Or just somebody learning English. Like, oh, this is
Yeah.
a good movie for me to practice English.
But very nice all-American movie is a sensical series of words. Just something about it reads...
Yeah. A weird way. It sounds
weird
like,
way to
yeah,
be.
it's like, this is how humans talk.
Is this how humans speak?
Very good. All-American movie.
Alright, so get ready for Heart of the Country next week. Get excited. We've already done it, and we know what to expect.
Yeah. I'm stoked to not have to watch it again.
Right. And remember, if you like the show, please give us some of those 5-star reviews on whatever podcast app or service you are using. Tell your friends about us any way you can, because we had to watch Wow Hits videos for you,
The things we do for you.
and we deserve some recognition for it.
Come on, man.
Links to everything are in the description of this episode. And please go to the website and send us a comment or a question so we can mailbag you.
Mm-hmm.
As always, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.